બધા તો શૈલેષ હિરિયા એમને કહેજો.
The meeting is live on YouTube.
હા એને કીધું છે. Okay.
Sachin has done. Sachin has come.
He's coming, he said. I just spoke to him. We can start?
Well, Sachin આવી જાય બધા ચાલો પૂછી લો
we can wait for 2 minutes. So
તમે welcome
join.
address
अपना म्यूट है कि नहीं कैसे
The
पता
meeting is live on YouTube.
હા એને કીધું છે.
म्यूट चालू करना
Sachin has done. Sachin has
तो मेरा नहीं आ रहा
He's coming, he said.
બધાને મ્યુટ કરવું પડશે.
અહીંયા આ દબાવવાનું म्यूट
well, Sachin
ગાઈડલાઈન આવી જોઈએ ને
We can wait for 2 minutes. So
તમે જયદીપભાઈ તમે
સચિનભાઈ આવી ગયા છો.
આવી ગયા?
હા. Okay. So shall we start now?
Yes.
તો બધાને મ્યુટ કરી લો પહેલા.
હા.
Okay, so we are starting with the session. First of all, welcome all and all. We had an overwhelming response last time. We have started one unique series for upcoming professionals, young professionals who want to settle outside India. And so we are having, last time we had a session from Dubai. From our fellow professional, fellow professional son was there last time in Dubai, and this time we are having Harshit Bagani, who is settled in UK. So we get a good tips to how to like go about the young professionals who wants to settle in and practice outside India. So, and we had an amazing response last time also. So we are continuing this series, and next time we are trying for some other countries. So this way we are going ahead, and we welcome our first of all from Foundation for Skill Development, Alok Bhai and Sachin Bhai, and also from Lions Club Valkeshwar, Alok Bhai, and Anil Pandya from Lions Club Mumbai Corporate, and our Khyati madam from Malad Chamber of Tax Consultant. So I will now, without taking much time, I would like to invite Khyati madam for some opening remarks. Yeah, over to you, Khyati madam.
Thank you, Jaydeep. Thank you, Jaydeep. Good evening to one and all. On behalf of the Malad Chamber of Tax Consultant, I, CA Khyati Vasani, welcome you all to a second session in the series, Opportunities for Finance and Tax Professionals in Abroad. And this one particularly is for professionals looking for opportunities in UK. For this session, we have a speaker joining us all the way from UK, our very own Harshit Bagani, who has been kind enough to accept our invitation. There are about 1.8 million British Indians in the UK, making them the single largest visible ethnic minority population in UK. In fact, Rishi Sunak, who's the British Indian, is the Prime Minister of the country. We have taken over actually. A report shows that Indian nationals were granted more than the most UK skilled worker visas than any other nationality in UK in the year 2022. There is also a India-UK Young Professional Scheme that was introduced in February this year in 2023. Other than that, UK has countless opportunities for professionals. In fact, UK has outsourced a huge chunk of accounting opportunities to India. So that is also something that we can tap into. Harjeet today is going to guide us how to tap into these opportunities. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Foundation for Skill Development, the Lions Club of Mumbai Walkeshwar, and the Lions Club of Mumbai Corporate for extending their support for this series, especially CA Alok Mehta and Sachin Gandhi for motivating me that we can go ahead with this series. I am certain that everyone in attendance today will benefit greatly from what Harjeet has to say today. Before I conclude, I would like to announce that the Malad Chamber of Tax Consultant, in association with the GST PAM, has organized a half-day seminar on GST. The topics are ITC going ahead and import of services, including corporate guarantee, by speakers Advocate Parth Badeka and CA Vikram Mehta, respectively. The seminar is at Prabodhan Thakre, Borivali, and it is on 13th of October from 2:30 onwards. The details are there on various groups. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. Over to you, Jaideep Bhai.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy, madam. It was a wonderful introduction you have given to this series. And now I would like to invite Alok Bhai, who is from Foundation for Skill Development and also Lions Club, Walkeshwar. Even Sachin Bhai can join with him. Yeah, Alok Bhai, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jaideep. I think first of all, a warm welcome to all of you for the second series, and you can say it's a unique series which is going in India. I think none of the association up till now did it. And as from a line of Mumbai Walkeshwar, I welcome all of you for the service week which is going on in this particular October week. So one of the idea is youth, development of the youth, and that is the reason this webinar has been taken up. I thankful to Harjeet Vasani ji. Thank you so much from the UK. That it's very nice that people from the UK we can, it's a very good that from the UK you are delivering the lecture, and I think it's very nice for you. I thankful again to the Khyati Vasani, the President MTTC, for their warm welcome and support. And thanks to my Foundation for Skill Development Diamonds, I think Sachin Gandhi and Hidal Shah, who are always supportive and all. And thanks to both of them, I think Foundation for Skill Development and the MTTCs are doing very well. And because of that, the Lions Club are joining. And my counterpart, Anil Pandya from Corporate, and Ashwin Acharya, the two Lions are together to take this series up front. And thank you so much once again. Once of all, thanks to all participants, and happy learning to all of you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Jaideep.
Yeah, thank you, Alok Bhai, for wonderful explanation given by you on the series. And I would like to call Anil Bhai Pandya from Lions Club Corporate. Anil Bhai. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alok Bhai. It is really an excellent initiative what we have started, and I'm sure that Khyati, you added more values by giving a little uniqueness to the our series what we have started, and this is one of the very demanding one. Last time also we had a lot of inputs coming in from the Dubai group, and that was really excellent, very useful, very informative. We are streaming this onto our Facebook page and everywhere. And this is really an excellent thing for the social media, not just only for Lions, but non-Lions. And Harjeet, I'm sure your inputs for the UK will also help most of us, and we'll definitely create a new opportunity and new avenues in terms of doing business with the UK. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anil Bhai, for your kind words. And now I would like to call Reema Ben for introduction of Harshit Bagani. Reema Ben, over to you.
Sachin Bhai has to make his address.
Sachin Bhai, yeah, I had invited him, but I guess he's not. Sachin Bhai, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, please.
No,
Yeah.
Thank you, Jaideep. Thank you, Kati. First of all, a very good evening. Good evening to all the participants and all my friends, and especially to my friend Harjeet. We are in Bombay. We are not able to meet it, but this Zoom meeting, we are able to meet him. Thank you to MCTK and FSD. Now, basically, as told by my friend Alok Mehta, a Foundation for Skill Development. Basically, our main motto is to bring the skill among the youth. And it's not only youth in Bombay or in say cities, but it is a skill among all the youths in the whole over of India. So this was the main vision of our President Alok Mehta. I and Hiral have already joined them to bring the talented which are lying in the youth we have also been taken ahead with 2-3 MOUs with colleges so that the college students starts and it gets participation. As a foundation for skill development, we have started the courses on the GST certificate courses on GST training. Now this is our second batch in which we have started what we say a unique series of the students who wants to get settle abroad. So they can have the in-outs from the whole part of the not only India but the whole of part of the world, because as everybody knows, now it's everything about the world. So last time my friend Ronak was the one of the speakers who had guided us towards the whole of Dubai, UAE. Today Harjeet is also going to take us to UK, and all the inputs and outputs are there for the UK, and what is the role or what are the opportunities for the practitioners at UK. So Harshit, I'd like to welcome on behalf of MCTC, Foundation for Skill Development and Lions Club of Walkeshwar and the Lions Club of Corporate, and for thank you for accepting our invitation for delivering today's topic. And I wish every member a happy learning. And I'm also glad that this series, as rightly said by Khyati and Alok, will be having more and more series with all the professionals from all parts of the world. Thank you to one and all.
Thank you, Sachin bhai, for
Over
your
to
kind.
Jaideep.
Yeah, thank you, Sachin bhai, for your kind words. And now I would like to call Rima Ben for formal introduction of Harshit Bagani.
Thank you, Jaideep bhai.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure to introduce our young and dynamic speaker, Mr. Harshit Waghani. He has done LLB from Mumbai and has a master's degree in tax laws from Queen Mary University of London. He is a seasoned indirect tax advisor with focus on the United Kingdom and the European Union. Currently, he is leading the VAT department at the Ori Clark based in the United Kingdom. Before joining the London, he worked as an indirect tax advisor for 5 years in Mumbai. His expertise lies in facilitating foreign investments into the UK and guiding businesses from around the world through the complexities of VAT in both the UK and European Union. Well, with our Jamai leading the country and our Waghani sir's son providing us insight onto the business development there, I hope we get the best of best of opportunities today. With this, I request Harshit sir to carry on the session. Thank you.
Over to
Thank
you,
you,
Harshit.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. So today's presentation is like divided into two parts. One is to help the students to come to the UK, or like what are the opportunities in the UK, and the second part is like if you are planning to come here, or your client is planning to set up a business in the UK, then what are the basic overview of the UK, be it a culture, be it a legal laws, visa, or like any expansion opportunity which UK government provides. So let's start with the topics. So the presentation is divided into these parts, like benefits of doing business in the UK, expanding the business in the UK, VAT overview of VAT laws. If you are already practicing chartered accountant in India and want to practice or want to expand your practice into the UK, then what qualifications you will require. Obviously, visas and expansion, and just a little overview on the business culture of United Kingdom. So without further ado, so the like Khyati has mentioned that there are we are very much common, like UK and India. We have lots of trade going on. We have been from last 70 years, we have been always been in touch regarding the trade and opportunities. So there are 5 things which I think that UK provides. First is the ease of doing business in the UK. UK is one of the top destination for doing business, and thanks to its reputation for having straightforward business practices. In 2019, the World Bank ranked UK as one of the top 10 countries with the highest ease of doing business. It's really easy to set up companies here, easily available bank accounts, all the normal formalities which you need to have a good business setup in any country. UK has fewer restrictions for business than most developed countries in the world. There are more commercial opportunities across different sectors due to the country's strong reputation in manufacturing industries. The country has strong infrastructure and it continues to make improvement in areas of transportation, energy, and telecommunication. Flexible labor laws. Labor is not cheap when you compare to India, but it also provides flexible labor laws when compared to other European countries. This has resulted in like lower labor costs when you compare with other European. But yes, I can say like it's quite expensive when you look through the Indian labor costs. In the UK, you can hire workers, employees, self-employed contractors, with each being beneficial depending on the situation. UK is famous for having flexible labor market, making it easier to adjust changing circumstances. While UK employment laws are more flexible than there are many other European countries, there are also some stricter worker protections related to overtime, paid time off, working on holidays. No one works on holidays. Like Saturday, Sundays, like no one will pick up your phone. So do not expect like like if you want to get a hold of on weekends. So this is a good thing for employers that at the end, since it's clear what needs to be done and what needs to be followed, so there are fewer surprises when it comes to the labor laws. Geography-wise, UK is made up of 4 regions. That's why it's called United Kingdom. One is the England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. It gives you like the dynamic and diverse and wider access for your business, given that it's a midway point for the rest of the Europe, which has 27 countries, European Union. And even within the country, there are diverse regions to choose from. Now, skilled worker, I think Kathy already covered this point. One of the benefit of doing business in the UK is that you have immediate and immense resource of the skilled workers. There are more than 30 million workers in the labor market, and making it one of the largest pool to find the talented workers in the group. And I think like Kathy said, like Indian accounts for almost 33% in the skilled worker category, which is one of the highest in entire the world. UK also has 4 of the top 10 universities in the world, creating an impressive and highly educated workforce. And favorable tax system. Lastly, the tax system in UK is a mix of complex and simpler. It's simple. When it comes to ease of doing business, it's quite simple. But when it's like any other country, when it's time to pay the tax, it's really difficult. Sometimes it becomes complicated. But however, as of 2020, the UK has the corporation tax of 19%, which is the lowest of all countries in G20 countries. Most companies based in the UK, they do not have to pay withholding tax on foreign dividends, and UK offers many tax relief and incentive programs to help business thrive here. So if you are want to like if you are planning to or want to have a expanding business into the UK, then there are like 3 options which I can say. One is to have which is the most common, is to have a limited company over here. And UK limited company offers protection from expanding parent company, as financial risk is limited to the value of shares that are issued, and which can be as little as 0.01 pound. So it doesn't have to be there's no limit of you have to invest this much, together with the value of any loans from the parent company, which is UK entity is unable to repay. So that's what the financial risk is, which is quite low. You can have a branch. Unlike UK trading setup, branch is little bit difficult to open because it has a fairly cumbersome process. We need to submit certified or notarized document relating to the parent company, its business, its officers, and all of which is publicly available. And in limited cases, some of the companies can trade directly from the India, but it just there is a little bit of VAT risk. So I have selected limited company just to give you an overview on limited companies. So I think I missed the slide. Yeah. So a trading entity is most common choice for foreign companies who are looking to create a serious offering to the UK market. It's easy to set up. Usually it takes 24 hours and it's really quick. It's a simple form. Once you submit it, you get the company number. It's live and active at the same time. The advantage is that like it's really quick, inexpensive to set up. There is no need for directors to or shareholders to be in the UK to be UK residents. So if you are not, if you do not have a visa, you have never been to the UK, you can still open the company in the UK. There is no requirement that you need to have one UK resident or you need to have like a team over here. As I said, UK corporation tax is at 19%. The main bracket is 25%. So just to give you an example here, like the small profits up to £50,000 are taxed at 19%. And the main rate, which is the companies with profits over 2,50,000 are taxed at 25%. And any profits between are marginally between 19 to 25%. UK government with the limited entity, you can tap into R&D incentives, which is a huge benefit if you or your client are into research and development. There are like, it can be a different topic if I go into R&D, but it provides huge tax relief and provides much more cash flow for the R&D incentive. It is potentially compatible with EIS, which is Enterprise Investment Scheme, and SEIS, which is Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme. Disadvantage of having a UK entity is that tax losses stays in the UK. An audit may be required depending on the size of the worldwide group. Information on directors are publicly available, and requirement to publicly disclose all the significant. So if a director or the promoter of the company is significantly exposed to any political party or any scandal or anything, then the anti-money laundering laws and background checks are carried out before opening a company. And once a year, you must file your accounts with the company's house, and which are publicly available. So everyone can see what the company is doing. It's very much open and transparent process here. The second is the UK establishment. It's like having a branch of the parent company. It's mostly treated as an extension of the parent company. So it does have a limited status and thereby exposing its whole business to the UK, which is publicly available. Advantages of having UK establishment, like it enables the direct offset of cost in the parent company's jurisdiction. And it can mean that the losses can be claimed in the foreign country, like into contrasting to the having a UK subsidiary where the tax losses stays in the UK. With the UK establishment, you can claim those losses in the foreign countries as well. It's like I said, like it's an extension of the parent company. So it comes with a benefit that if the parent company is very much huge and have a good reputation in the home country, then it can give you better credit terms when negotiating contracts in the UK. UK establishment is also compatible with EIS and SEIS if the establishment is topco of the overseas company. So it gives you more power when it comes to, like, because you have a holding topco in the home country, you have a branch here, and you can raise funds via investment scheme or R&D and R&D company, R&D incentives and everything. No audit is required for the branch, and it can be used to for the visa purposes, for skilled worker and global business mobility route. I've taken both of these visa routes in the later presentation, just to give you an overview what they mean and why they are different from each other. Disadvantages of UK establishment, that it's a part of parent company, and it is a separate limited liability, thereby exposing the whole business to the UK risk. It is likely that the group accounts would need to be filed with our company's house, even if they are not filed at home. So in very small cases, if the branch is doing really good business, Companies House or HMRC can knock on your doors saying like, okay, we need to file your account at the Companies House. So thereby, since it's an extension of the parent company, then you need to file the accounts of the whole group rather than just for the branch. UK establishment, since all the directors or the promoters are outside the UK and doesn't have any establishment in the UK, it becomes more difficult to open a bank account in the UK. And some of the suppliers may think like, if you are not part of the, if you do not have a UK entity, then they will treat you as a foreign company, and maybe they will say, okay, you need to have a UK VAT number or something in the UK before going for the before providing services or any goods. Branch cannot take advantages of the UK low rate of 19 to 25% if the parent company jurisdiction has a higher corporation of tax. I think India has the higher corporation tax than 19 to 25. I'm not sure what's the corporation tax in India, but I think it's 25%. Now, trading directly from India, there are many companies. Like I have dealt with few companies from India who want to deal directly from the India. They are not ready to come to India, come to United Kingdom. It's just too much paperwork for them. So they try to deal if they can provide services from India. Yes, you can provide it services from India. However, where the sales are made in the UK, the foreign company may need to register for the value-added tax. Registration may depend on several factors, such as whether the company is selling goods or services. If it's services, normally the UK company would register the supply, and they don't have to register for the UK VAT. So if you are trading directly from India, you don't have much of a visa option. It's just a business visitor visa. But if you want to employ someone from the UK, then they need to be paid in the UK payroll. If there is no physical presence, it may be possible to avoid national insurance, which is social security insurance, which company pays for the employee, which are calculated at 13.8% of the gross salary of your employees. So if there is no presence, there are cases where you don't have to contribute, or the companies don't have to contribute towards the national insurance. Similar to UK establishment, since you are directly trading from India, you don't have an establishment in the UK. It may seem like that it's a lack of commitment, or when trading directly with, it comes with some difficulties, because you will be seen always as an outsider for the UK's local suppliers. Now, tapping into value-added tax. So if you have a domestic company, and then the threshold is £85,000. However, you can register for voluntarily. Non-establishment company has nil threshold applies, and mandatory to require for UK VAT registration. Non-establishment company, if you are trading directly from India, or you don't have any establishment or even the fixed establishment in the UK, then the threshold is nil, and you are mandatorily required from the first sale, and it needs to be declared for VAT. Standard rates are 20%. It applies to most goods and services. The reduced VAT rate is 5%. This applies to goods and services like some health products, fuel, heating, car seats for children. There are very few items which are covered in the reduced rate. Zero-rated goods includes most food for human consumption, books, clothes for children. The sale of item in this category must be reported to via VAT return, even though there is no VAT is charged. However, some of the zero-rated goods, but if they are imported from the outside the UK, some of the goods still pay the import VAT, which is at standard rate 20%. So, but if you are VAT registered, you can always recover that import VAT and make the further supply under zero-rated. If you are importing and exporting from the UK, if your client is importing or they are into more importing goods and exporting goods from UK, they will need to apply for EORI number, which is Economic Operators Registration and Identification Number. Whenever it applies for a VAT registration, you just have to take a box that yes, you will require an EORI number. It's very streamlined process to get EORI number. It's always linked with your VAT registration number. So whenever the import comes into the UK, you can see on your business portal under the VAT that okay, you have made this much of imports, and on the basis of that, you can claim all the import VAT. Custom duties are, however, cost to the companies. So yeah, EORI number is one of the main things which requires here to do any import and export. Fiscal representative in UK and EU, there was a requirement for fiscal representation. That it's a company who will give you like a who will act on your behalf with the HMRC. This requirement is not applicable in the UK. Some EU countries like Italy, Spain, Poland, Greece, they require fiscal representation, and you need to appoint, and they are jointly and severally liable for all the tax dues. But in the UK, it's not a requirement. Anyone can open a company here. Anyone can register for the, if there is a basis for registration, they can apply for a VAT. You don't have to go through a fiscal representative or any tax agent. Now, this is one of the unique feature I think in the UK value-added tax is the group VAT registration. So VAT group is a facilitation measure by which two or more eligible person can be treated as a single entity for VAT purposes. They can be any, it can be partnership, it can be individuals, it can be a corporate. All of these group member in the same group member, they will have a one single VAT number, and they will submit one single VAT return. And any intercompany supplies from one group, from subsidiary to parent, from parent to another subsidiary, they are treated as outside the scope of UK VAT. So it improves the cash flow. You don't have to declare intercompany invoices into the VAT return. So this is one of the unique feature I feel it's in the UK VAT. All members of the VAT group is again jointly and severally liable for the VAT debts and penalties. So this is like really good. Like if you have like a multiple companies with lots of subsidiaries. Normally, I've seen into IT services where each product is IP is stored into different subsidiaries, and they all make supplies to the parent company. And parent company is the one main company who repackages the product and sells to the customers. So whenever the subsidiary sells their product to a principal, they are not, if they are into the same VAT group, they won't charge VAT to each other. Now, non-established business, like I said, like non-established business, they have a nil threshold when it comes to UK VAT registration. But there are like two scenarios which I can see that if the goods are located in the UK at the time of supply, then you have to register for the VAT. If the supply, if you are a service provider to which reverse charges does not apply, then you have a basis for UK VAT registration. Apart from on all these cases, you don't have a basis for VAT registration. So if there is a this is the B2B sales, but if you are supplying telecommunications, broadcasting, electronic services, digital services to B2C customers, then the place of supply is where the customer is located, which is in the UK. And then you have to apply for the UK VAT registration, charge UK VAT and remit to the government. So there are a handful of cases where the place of supply shifts from the general rules. E-commerce sales. So there are many companies selling B2C goods through Amazon or from Amazon, or like if you are trading directly from the India, you can selling it through your website. There is a low value consignment relief. So whenever the goods are imported into the UK, you need to pay import VAT, custom duties. But if the consignment value is less than 135 pounds, which is equivalent to 13,500 rupees, then there is no import VAT. And there is no custom duties charged on the transaction. You can directly send the goods without having a VAT registration or import VAT, and the customer will receive the goods without any price surprises. There are many companies uses online marketplace such as Amazon, Decathlon. There are eBay, to name a few. So this is to like anti-fraud measures taken by the UK government, that when a sale is made through online marketplace, which facilitates the sale between the main trader and the customer, then the sale is treated as a deemed supply to the online marketplaces for the VAT purposes. There are two scenarios: that the goods are imported into the UK, does not exceed 135 pounds. It's the per consignment, so it should be one shipment. So one consignment should not exceed. It's not just a one product value. It's 135 is the per consignment restriction. And the goods are located in the UK at the point of sale and are owned by the supplier established outside the UK. So if you are selling directly through Amazon to the UK customer, then the online marketplace is the deemed supplier when it comes to the UK. Online marketplace will charge and collect the VAT from the customer and send it to the government. A trader based in India, they don't have to register for the UK if the goods are not valued more than 135. But if the goods are in the UK, then obviously the trader will be registered in the UK, but the sale won't be from the supplier. Online marketplace will always be the deemed supplier when it comes to P2C transactions. However, if the customer, sometimes people buy from that business portal of Amazon. So if the customer is VAT registered and it has provided the UK VAT registration number, then the supply will not be a deemed supply for online marketplaces. Then the trader will have to collect the VAT and remit to the government. So this helps most of the companies where they are selling more B2C goods rather than the B2B goods to online marketplaces. Now there is a there is a stock changes when it comes to the place of supply rules when it comes to electronically supplied service. So what is electronically supplied service? Electronically supplied service are those where you go into the website and you just press click and buy. So there is no human involvement. It's all automated process, and once they pay the money, they can enjoy the services. Mostly like the subscription services are covered under electronically supplied services. Usually the place of supply rules for the B2C supply is where the supplier is based. So if we are selling B2C of electronically supplied service from India, and it's covered under electronically supplied service, then the place of supply shifts from the supplier's location to the customer's location. So in those cases, service provider are liable to charge for UK VAT. They need to get registered in the UK VAT, collect the VAT, and remit it. This is a newly introduced. I think they introduced electronically supplied services from Jan 2021. This is a really fairly new rule. HMRC is still updating their guidelines over this, what comes under the electronically supplied service. So this is this where most of my clients they come under electronically supplied service. They are providing services from Australia or New Zealand, but they need to get registered in the UK because it covers under ESS. Now, practicing in like I can see from the participant list there were many qualified CAs in looking at this. So if you are already practicing in India, you are already a member of ICAI. there are two qualifications in the UK. ACA, which is equivalent to CA in India. You can appoint as an you can be appointed as an auditor if you have an ACA qualification. So if you are already an ICAI member and if you want to get a qualification of ACA from ICAEW, then it's a combination of combination of exams and ethics training. ICAI members are eligible for exemption for 12 papers out of 15. So you just have to give like 3 exams, which are corporate reporting, strategic business management, and case study. And there is one ethics learning program, which is a computer-based exam. Once these 3-4 exams are done, you can be a member of ICAEW. You are a qualified accountant in the UK, and you can sign audit reports. So this gives like a huge exemption if you want, if anyone is looking to qualify in the UK. There is another course, Chartered Tax Advisor, CTA. It is one of the highest qualification in UK for tax advisors. It's really rigorous, really difficult exams to crack. Unfortunately, ICAI members do not get much exemption. They just get one exemption in Principle of Accounting, which is an online exam, and it takes 1 hour to finish that exam. But even if exemption is claimed, then the course is like there is one awareness paper, which is short answers of 12 marks, and there are 3 subjects squeezed into one paper. So you have around 6 options, and you choose any 3 from them, but they cannot be same as your technical papers. Then comes 2 advanced technical papers, which are more enhanced, more from the practical point of view. They are very much detailed in application skill. And after that, there is one application and a professional skill exam. It is basically case study, which is in ACA qualification. Both of the format is same. It's a combination of everything squeezed into one paper. You will be applying your awareness paper knowledge, your technical exams, and any real life skills. Then there are 2 computer-based exams, law and professional responsibility and ethics. Professional responsibility and ethics learning program in ACA qualification is almost the same. So there's not much difference. Everything is online. Takes 1 hour. Computer-based exams are MCQs. If you are not claiming exemption, then you will have 3 MCQ exam, which is accounting, law, and professional ethics and responsibilities. And then visas. Most talked about visas. Normally, whenever I get a call from Indian clients or like Indian contacts, they always ask me for visas, like how to come there. Like when I've done my qualification, I have opened a company. Now, how can I come? So this visa is more for an employee if you are looking to have a job in the UK, or if you are planning, if you have done your qualification and you want to continue staying here. So skill visa is a sponsored visa. You need to have a job offer from the UK company. They should provide you a certificate of sponsorship, and the job should be in the listed occupation or list of eligible occupations. There is a minimum salary threshold based on what type of work you do, what type of position you are in, and you can stay up to for 5 years from the on skilled worker visa. After 5 years, you can apply for your permanent residency in the UK. If you are going through this road, usually the cost of visa and the relocation is paid by the employer. Because depending on the years of visa, you will be paying national health surcharge, which is £624 per year. But all of this cost is paid by the employer. In some cases, English proficiency test is required, such as IELTS and TOEFL. But I think there is an exemption that if you have a degree which was taught in English and examined in English, then this requirement English proficiency test is not required. I think everyone pushes, like all the agency pushes for the IELTS exam or like TOEFL exam, but this is like one of the route which I found when I was applying for my my student visa, that you can actually show your English proficiency test based on your bachelor's degree or any master's degree you have done. There is a time limit. I think it's if you have done it within 2 years, then only it works. Otherwise, you have to still give IELTS and TOEFL. The next is global business mobility or UK expansion worker visa. This visa is most appropriate for somebody who wants to expand in the UK, but who's not ready to open a trading company, or like a trading company or the UK subsidiary takes time to open regulatory requirement, or bank account. Bank account takes some time. It takes time to open for trading. But you can send up to 5 people from the senior position to UK to help and set up and expand in the UK businesses. A company in India will need to apply for a UK expansion worker sponsor license. So your company will be sponsoring your own employees. There are requirements that you need to show UK footprint of the overseas company. It means like if you are dealing already with the UK, now you've got significant orders, like significant work doing from the UK, then you can show that, okay, I have this kind of footprint in the UK already. I'm coming there to set up a business. I need to open a company, want to open a bank account, and I just want to have like my physical presence in the UK. So you can use this expansion route, evidence of overseas trading presence from your home country. So it's at least 3 years of trading you need to show that you are doing, and you are well established in the home country. You have strong roots over there, and a planned expansion to the UK. You need to show evidence that okay, you have already been in touch with an accountant, solicitors. You have already taken advices from them. You are doing all your paperwork. So you have to show that you have a strong plan coming to the UK. And there are any additional documents such as bank accounts or background checks you need to submit. In some cases, you have to provide police verification also. Maximum time you can stay on business expansion visa is 2 years. You get for 1 year, but you can extend for another 1 year, but the total cannot be more than 2 years. Expansion worker visa, it's not counted towards the settlement. Like we saw in the skilled worker visa, that once you stay for 5 years, you are already, you can apply for your permanent residency. But if you are coming on, if somebody is coming on UK expansion worker visa, that 2 years is not counted towards the settlement. So once the 2 years are up, then you transfer them to the skilled worker visa. So it will be 5. And then you can apply for permanent residency. So if somebody is coming on UK expansion visa, they will have to wait for like 7 years before they can apply for their permanent residency. However, in the skilled worker visa route, you can do it in 5 years. Now, outsourcing. There are many companies, even my company is outsourcing. They are in a trial stage of outsourcing business to India. I think they are right now dealing with one firm in Mumbai who is doing accounting and bookkeeping for us. We have just given them like a portfolio of like 5 to 6 clients just to see how it's going on. But there are many firms providing businesses to India, and there are many firms in India who is taking over outsourcing work. Mostly the portfolio includes bank reconciliation, financial reporting, management accounts, which are like management accounts like twice in a year. Some companies they want every quarterly management accounts, month-end journals, and bank operation, treasury. Some of them are doing VAT compliances also, VAT registration and compliances. Commonly used software in the UK is Xero, QuickBooks, and Sage. There are many softwares available here, but these are the most common. I think even my company uses is Xero, QuickBooks, Sage. So yeah, there are many opportunities for if you are not planning to come to the UK, you have set practice in India, but you just want to expand your own practice. You can tap into outsourcing. Xero, QuickBooks, and Sage, they all provide approved Xero approved courses. So if you have an employee, you can enroll them into the Xero courses. So they are like Xero certified or QuickBooks certified. I think it helps when it comes to when you go into the UK market and tell them, like, okay, we have a Xero certified accountant or we have QuickBooks certified accountant. So outsourcing is one of the UK accounting cost is quite high. It's really expensive. There are many less qualified people, or like there's not you can say I cannot employ like 10 people just to do like one client or so, but it gives them outsourcing. If you outsource into India, we always tell them like we can help you outsource company accounting or bookkeeping service if they agree. There are GDPR issues when it comes to privacy laws, which is something India is looking into it. We had some cases where documents were leaked or like the website got hacked or something. We have seen some cases, not in my firm, but we were told by someone. So this is something like where if you are doing outsourcing, you need to have like a robust infrastructure when it comes to piracy and hacking, because all the documents and everything is shared over internet. So it needs to have like a very good setup. Then only UK businesses will give you like a more trust and send you details over email. Now, this is business culture in the UK. Like directness. In India, we don't like to say no. Like even I have trouble like ना कैसे बोलने का, like it's like हम लोग we will say something like we will see, I'll try my best, like yes, but it may be difficult, it can take some 1 month, like 2 months. So it's like dealing tactics. UK business are more direct. They say yes, they say no, it's the final answer, very black and white. I speak to like whenever I get an inquiry from India and I get like, okay, like I will come back to you. हाँ हम लोग next month करते हैं, या फिर like they won't say no. Like I know, like because I was born and brought up there, मेरे को पता है like हाँ वो ना बोल रहा है कि try कर रहा है. But yes, my partner doesn't understand. He's like, okay, he said like I'll call you in months. So he will just go and email like कि अरे हाँ तूने एक महीने के बाद बोला था क्या हुआ अभी. So yeah, it's very much be direct. अगर ना है तो ना बोल दो. It's okay. Like यहाँ पे no one minds. Like they prefer directness and most honest approach. Haggling. This is in our blood. Like we like to bargain. We love to bargain. अगर मैं कोई 1000 पाउंड की चीज 500 में लेके आऊंगा, like I'll be like really happy. अरे मैंने 500 पाउंड बचा है. But yeah, it's very common part of business practice to haggle from bottom down to like each and every cost. Yeah, but in UK I have seen like no one likes haggling. They take it very offensive, very rude. They like because of their straight and direct, straightforward approach. So yeah, there are many firms who will. It's very much like you get like a quote, and it's just simple yes or no. There's no rule. There's no position for like, okay, can I have like a bulk deal, or like मैं आपको सब पूरा काम दे रहा हूँ, कुछ ऊपर नीचे करके दो. They don't do it here, and they don't like it. They just say like it's my price, it's my price. Very open, very direct. Punctuality. I think this is one of like I struggle. Like I used to be always late, but punctuality, the British culture has changed me. It's very strict when it comes to punctuality. Like if you have like a meeting at 12 o'clock, you show up at least a minute early. if you are delayed or like it happens, like some emergency comes, you are delayed, but make sure that we inform other person that, okay, I'll be late, uh, and just don't just like go like because everything is like a meeting base, like every time is booked, every time calendar is booked. So it's very important that the punctuality, British, they take really seriously. They take very much effort to be on time. Like in India, like when I was like we just open up, like we just call, like phone uthaya and like, okay, I have this problem, solve karke do meko. Uh, in here, like if it's a normal person, like I will email, can we have a call on this? Please let me know your schedule. So this goes through the process, and then the meeting is booked, and then somebody doesn't show up. So they take it really offensive. I think this is something which I have learned, like to in when I while I was working here. Pragmatism, like again, it's very much connected to the directness. In India, when a business deal is negotiated, we scrutinize for a really long time. British patience is a virtue. Like they take time just to confirm. It's very slow process. Like whenever I get a VAT advice, I usually tell like it will take me a month to give you like a proper answer. Like in India, like they just won't answer like next day. So in like यहाँ पे, like we gave time frame. It's very much pragmatism. Like okay, this will take a month. Delays can jeopardize the project, but like it's British patience is a virtue. Nobody minds the sort of delay, reasons for research or comparison, but holding off unnecessarily can be seen as criticism of business trustworthiness, or if it's taking too long, they might just say like, okay, I don't want to. It's just taking too much time. I haven't added fees here. This is something I get every time. So in UK, we use hourly fees. It's not fixed rate, like not a lump sum. Like usually when I was working in India, like we used to give like a project lump sum fee. In UK, almost all firms will charge us hourly rates. Rates are counted in multiples of six minutes. So 1 unit is 6 minutes. So there is always like a ceiling fees. Like whenever I quote something, I always say like, okay, iska itna se itna hoga, but it will depend on how much time I spent. But whenever I'm going above that limit, I always tell that, okay, okay, I might need so budget is approved already. I say fees because we have very much habit of like having a one package deal. कि हाँ इतना दिया उसमें मेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन सब कुछ आ गया, रिटर्न फाइल हो गए. They do it here, but after like some business, like when I know कि इनका इतना साल का billing होता है, and like then I move them to fixed fee basis. But when it initially, because I know there were 2-3 clients and I provide them the code and they said like, okay, can we have a fixed pricing? Like it's very difficult to judge here how much time it will take, to set up the business or like to complete all the formalities. So it's the fees, I think like I should you should guys know like how it's calculated, because I receive many queries also on this. And yeah, that's it. And questions. I hope it was informative, like it helped.
It was very informative.
Yeah, Harshit, it was really very in-depth analysis of whatever you carved out and beautifully explained. So one thing I would like to urge all the professionals here in India, that I like the way you told that they are valuing the time. We here professionals are not valuing the time. We should charge in same way in here also, so that our profession will be valued more, because they are all here Indian mentality is that they are not valuing our time. So that is very much we need to learn from that. And definitely, yeah. And do we have any questions from audience?
There
Yeah,
are
I
a few
think I think
questions in
yeah,
the chat box.
Yeah,
yeah, I think time is money. Time is money.
exactly.
to say
Yeah,
here, like
exactly.
time is money. And sometimes hourly times works in favor of the client also. अगर मैं fixed fee बोल दूँ, but I have used just like half an hour of my time, so I will just charge half an hour. So it can be less than what was agreed. So
Exactly,
sometimes it works
exactly.
in favor of the client also.
Yeah, exactly. And our effort should be valued in terms of time because we are professionals. Exactly. So that is the right way to value our services. And Acha, I will go with the questions
Mhm.
in the chat box. Here, CA Rima Shah has asked, are there any restriction on the number of audits a CA can do?
There, so I'm not into audits, but I don't think there is any restrictions as of now, because audit can be signed by a director of the company also. It can be, but it can be ratified by a qualified auditor. So there is very high ceiling when it comes
Okay.
to which companies are under the audit regime. Not all companies, like there is you need to have like a really huge turnover for audits, which very high as compared to India.
Yeah, but I guess you not understood the question. There is a ceiling
Yeah.
limit for all the auditors here
Yeah,
in
yeah,
India.
but
For example, 45
it-
audits can be done. Yeah, so that's what she's asking. So is there any
no,
ceiling limit for auditors over there? I mean,
no, I
in
don't.
terms of number of companies?
I'm not into audit, so I'm not
Acha,
sure.
so you
But
are not aware.
as far as I know, there is no ceiling.
Okay, okay, okay. What Acha, this is question by Kavit Bhai. What if Indian entity sales goods in UK? What will be the customs for garments and required UK VAT?
Okay, so customs, we need to see if there is a preferential regime or rules of origin, because if there is a preferable rate is available for that product, then there will be a reduced rate for the customs. Otherwise, I think its standard is 12.5 or 20.8%, but it depends where the goods are manufactured, where they are coming from.
Okay. Okay. One more question which I would like to ask you.
Mhm.
That how much time you took to settle with the UK laws?
So it's very much simple here. Like I think the GST is more complicated than
Okay.
UK VAT. I can give you like a short background. Like even when VAT was there, we had a J1, J2 matching concept.
Yeah.
Now GST, we have GSTR2, we have to match a two-way. There is two-way, we match all the invoice level. In
Yeah.
UK, there is no invoice level matching. Even there is no supplier level matching also.
Okay.
So so my VAT return is just 6 boxes, which is sales, output tax, input tax, total sales, net value, and purchase net value. So that's my VAT return. But
Okay.
there is just a requirement that you need to have like a digital records of the account. That's it. There is no matching concept. Like even if I put a bill, no one is going to see like whether it was rightly claimed or wrongly claimed. So it's very much
Okay.
holistic approach here when it comes to
Okay.
submitting any document.
And is there any prescribed professionals who can only like we are having, then only prescribed professionals can do this consultancy work. So is there any kind of that norms over there prescribed
No,
under the act?
no, anyone. So like I don't have any UK qualified like CTA or ACA, but yes, I can be
Okay.
I can work as my own practice.
Okay.
There's no like you can be an agent of HMRC and you can deal with HMRC. There's no any prescribed requirement for that.
Okay. Okay.
There's one more question. Do you have any study circles or other networking organization for professionals in the UK? Like we have study circles or say Malad Chamber here. Do you have something?
Yeah,
of that sort in the
there are like these institutes, CIOT and ICAEW, they hold regular study circles over there. They have weekly, I think monthly, they will have a study circle, but it's not known. Like it's very closed group, very few, because it's always chargeable. It's not free. So they will have to do CPE hours. So they also have to do. So they conduct all this. There are private organizations who will conduct the lectures.
So even we can pitch in as you for Malad Chambers UK chapter, right?
Yeah.
Right. Last time we told to our the person who took our Dubai this thing.
Ronak.
I forgot his name.
Ronak.
Yeah, Ronak. Sorry, Ronak. So we told same thing to him. So we are extending our arms to UK now.
No, you can have international RRC over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Sachin bhai.
Sachin bhai, international RRC.
Yes. So I think international, there were 2-3 RRCs. One already Dubai is done. Now UK is finalized. And more to come in next 6 months. But nice lecture. I think overall, Harjit, one thing from the lecture is to take a holiday on a Saturday and Sunday,
Yes.
which is never possible in India.
No, seriously.
Right.
It's my job is 9 to 5:30. I log in dot at 9 o'clock and I finish at 5:30. There are no calls after this.
Awesome. No, great. Actually, this actually is a small thing, but it is to be learned from this one. This is actually a good part, because what happens when we get into the work now, we never see that's also a personal life which is there for us. We just work like everything every time. So there would be some lagging from our side also. We keep everything, the tendency to keep up to the last moment. But I think now it's a time to change ourselves.
Yeah.
That should be it's required.
I'm a big procrastinator. Like I will keep the things at the end. But I think working here has changed a lot. Like more planning.
Planning.
I just have like 7 hours of to finish the work. Do it. If it's not, just finish, shut down your computer, work next day. I mean, that's why we have like extended time when it comes to VAT advice. We say 1 month. Like straight.
But one genuinely it's required. It's required now, I think, to be more on discipline and have a time for yourself. That is also nowadays required. You should have a time for yourself, which is actually, frankly, a little sad part on our part. We don't have time for ourselves.
Another 2 questions. One is by Bharat Kataria, sir. He's like, he was late for the lecture. What is an additional course that is required if we want to sign and do audit of a UK entity?
Okay, so it's the ACA qualification. I'll take back to the slide. ACA. So it's ACA qualification. If you are already a member of ICAI, you get the exemption for like 12 papers out of 15. There's only 3 papers you have to give, which is corporate reporting, strategic business management, and a case study. Case study, I think it's one of their toughest exams.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you. And there's one more question. How do you reach out to UK companies and approach them for outsourcing work as a firm in India? Do you have like an online forum for it, or how do you?
I was expecting this question from someone. So yes, so in UK it's okay to cold call or cold email. India में जब भी spam calls आते हैं, like we just say like नहीं करना है यहाँ पे. Like people, there is no spam calls coming here, so people actually pick up the phone. They always reply to your email. You can tap into LinkedIn. Very few people have harnessed the actual true power of LinkedIn. You can get a premium subscription. You can email. You can use. You can just message like, I saw your profile. I want if you want to outsource any functions to the UK to India, we do this. You can send your profile. Having a website helps a lot, because whenever I get an inquiry, the first thing is I'll check their website.
Okay.
Are they genuine or anything? So there is some infrastructure cost when it comes to marketing. Like you can have cold calls. You can use MailChimp or something to have like a bulk email. There are few organizations in India. There is London and Partners, which provides leads to us, and you can go to them like for having like outsourcing work. So they will connect you to potential clients. Okay. So there is a business community like UK India business community. You can go there. You can actually go to business forum, which is provided by British High Commission. So just to give you an example, so there are companies who does this.
Okay. And how do you get hold of these numbers or these email IDs that are relevant or?
Starting with Google search, you can get everything from Google. So London and Partners, yes, they have a good website. They have office in BKC and Bangalore.
Okay.
British High Commission, they have trade offices are in like almost all major cities in the UK, in the India, Ahmedabad, Delhi, Bangalore, Kolkata, Mumbai, of course. So you can go ask them like what's the route. Even if they don't know, they don't do it directly. They will provide you contact.
Okay. Okay. That's a good way to reach out.
Yeah.
Jaideep bhai.
Yeah. So now I would like to, I hope there is no more questions now. Otherwise, we can move ahead.
Are there any
Yeah,
questions?
yeah. I don't think so. There is any question. So I would like to invite Kavit bhai for a formal word of thanks. Kavit bhai.
Thank you, Jaideep bhai.
Yeah.
I'm CA Kavit Gadia on behalf of Malad Chamber of Tax Consultants. I would like to thank Harjit bhai Waghani for taking out their precious time from their busy schedule and letting us with the knowledge about UK laws and how we can get our practices set up there and how we can help our clients to do business in UK if possible. And yes, Harjit bhai is there. We can get their help also. We are pretty sure that this precious knowledge that gave us will definitely help us. Thank you, Harjit bhai.
No.
Thank you, MCTC for doing this lecture with the Lions. Thank you.